Whether you're launching soon or even if you've had your brand for a few years, in this video, I'm going to share the 3 email automations that every brand needs, that your brand needs if you want to be making sales on autopilot. Hey angels, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vanessa and I'm the face behind St. Venus, which is a women's clothing brand that I've grown to multiple 6 figures, multiple years in a row. And on my channel, I share the BTS of what it's like to be a small business owner. I've probably worn every hat possible when it comes to my brand. So I also share the tips and tricks that I've picked up along the way. And I also share the mistakes that I made so you could avoid them. And if any of that sounds like anything you're interested in, then definitely hit the subscribe button because this is definitely the place for you. Now, in today's video, we're going to be going over probably one of the most important parts of running a successful brand that a lot of people neglect, and I know I did for so many years, and that's email marketing. And when it comes to marketing and sales, you have to understand customer behavior, the customer life cycle, and then making sure you're acting as soon as possible. And automations allow you to do that. Email automations perform so well and the ROI is truly incredible. And that's because they're perfectly timed and triggered by a customer's behavior. So by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly which flows to set up, what to include, how many emails to send, and what makes them so powerful in converting site visitors into customers. But of course, you're gonna wanna make sure you're already collecting subscribers with a site pop-up and that your product pages are set up in a way that make it easy for customers to wanna shop with you. So if you want a tutorial on that, I have a Shopify website tutorial video up on my channel. So if you haven't seen that video, go and watch that and then come right back here for this one. The first email automation that you have to have is a welcome flow. When you have site visitors come on and subscribe to your email list, they're telling you that they want to hear from you. They want to learn more about you. They want to learn more about your brand. They want to learn more about your products. So this welcome flow is going to help turn those visitors into customers by walking them through your brand, walking them through your products, and giving them reasons to buy. But like anything, your email marketing will only be as strong as the platform you use to manage it. So I use Omnisend for my brand. They have pre-built workflows for automations, so it's gonna make it easy for you to set up these automations and get started. Now the first email in the welcome flow doesn't have to be too fancy. You just want your customers to know that they've successfully subscribed to your list. So send something along the lines of, welcome to brand name. You can have a tagline in that preview, and the email itself should be simple. It should have a shop now button, and if you're offering anything like 10% off, 15% off, codes, or anything of the sort, have that clearly stated in the email, and really that's all you need. And I'm timing everything out on a daily delay or like a 2-day delay because when someone signs up for your email list for the first time, they are the most interested in hearing from you. So this is the time where you really want to solidify yourself within brands that they remember. And that means showing up in their inbox often. The next email in this series, you're gonna send the next day if they didn't shop on that initial day. So you'll have like a 1-day delay or a 2-day delay, and you'll tell them a bit more about your brand story and give them a bit more insight on what the brand is, what your values are, and thanking them for joining your community. This next email is going to showcase your best sellers, and if you did include an incentive, then make sure to include that discount in all of these emails. Let them know that they still have their 10% or their 15% off discount waiting for them. Showcase your best sellers and make it easy for them to make that decision to buy. You also need to have a social proof email where you're showcasing customer reviews, and this is going to help build trust, especially for someone who's unfamiliar with your brand and maybe hesitant to buy. The last type of email to have in this flow is going to be around urgency. So maybe you're increasing the discount incentives from 10% to 15%, but it's only for 24 hours. Or maybe the initial incentive discount, 10%, is ending soon and you want to remind them that today's their last chance to use their introductory discount. Whatever it is, utilize this email and give them a reason to buy now. And I want to thank Omnisend for sponsoring today's video and for giving me a code to share with you guys so you can try out Omnisend for yourself and get 30% off your first 3 months using the code Vanessa30. Or you can also just scan the QR code right here on the screen. And like always, I'll have all links in the description. Abandoned cart and abandoned checkout are two completely different triggers, so you want to make sure you have two automations set up, and the emails can actually be very similar because the goal is the same, to recover lost sales. You want to have at least 5 emails within this flow. But the most important part is that that first email is sent within probably the first 30 minutes to the first hour of them abandoning their cart. People get sidetracked in their day-to-day lives, and they add things to their cart that they want to buy, but life gets in the way. So we don't want to just assume, or we don't want to give up that sale. These automations are going to re-engage those customers and see if they're willing to take that last step and check out. I personally like to start by separating my segmentations based off cart value, especially if their cart qualifies for free shipping. I want to lead with that. I want to lead with the incentive to purchase. Now, with these automations, you want to make sure that all of the links are using the cart URL. That way they can be sent directly to their cart and they don't lose their progress. The next reminder can be sent the next morning or 24 hours later, reminding them that their cart is still waiting for them. And if you have anything else to offer, I, for example, on my site offer buy now, pay later options. So I lead with this on my second message within my flow, because I realize that sometimes people just don't know their options when it comes to purchasing, and you want to let them know all the available options when it comes to shopping with you. If you do decide to offer an incentive towards the end of this email or even at the start, then this last email will always be an urgency email telling them that their cart is expiring or that their discount is expiring soon. Now, all of these emails are essentially the same. You're reminding them that their cart is still there, and you're providing them with a direct link so they can finish checking out. And one thing I love is that you're able to do A/B testing and see which subject lines or which messages perform the best. Something to keep an eye out for is if a customer is already in an automation and then enters another one, that there is an exit built in the previous automation. And what I mean by that is, if I'm a new customer, I'm in the welcome flow, and then I'm browsing, I start checkout, and then now I'm getting the checkout automation emails, then we want the welcome flow automation emails to stop. So that's why we have to put in our exit parameters, our enter parameters, and then we also want to make sure to include that if we've been in the same automation within a period of time, to not re-enter that customer. We don't want to exhaust our customers. We don't want to be put in the spam folder. So we want to make sure that customers are experiencing these automations for the first time and not too frequently. The purpose of a post-purchase automation is going to be to build brand loyalty and to get repeat customers. The first email in this automation is going to be your thank you email, and I like to separate this by the number of orders a customer has made. So if this is their first email, I want to thank them for shopping with us for the first time. If they're a customer who has come back for a second order, then I want to thank them for coming back because clearly we're doing something right. The next email in the sequence is going to be an upselling email. Right after somebody has purchased is always the best time to try an upsell. This can look like a complete the look or something as simple as a styling guide. After their order has been delivered, then you want to make sure you're sending out a review request email, because we want that social proof to be able to display on our site, because that's going to get more customers to shop. Now, it's been 2 weeks since their items have been delivered, and you have more products that you want to share with them. So this is the perfect time to send an email highlighting your best sellers or your new arrivals. And that right there is what gets someone to purchase again. So if this is their first purchase, now by the end of this cycle, you've gotten them to maybe even make that second purchase, all in one automation. And what I love about automations is that all you have to do is set them up once, and they will continue to do the work for you. It frees up your time to focus on other areas of your business and still know that there are things working in your favor to generate you income. I want to thank you guys for watching, and if you guys are interested in an in-depth video on any one of these flows, then I will definitely share that with you, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.